Hey everybody, it's like this is to put it bluntly with your hosts Ash and Gaio over here. Today in particular, we're gonna be discussing, what's 2020 like with all this coronavirus going on. So,
Man,
Mr. Ash, kick us off.
2020 has definitely been like insane, and everyone's talking about it. I'm kind of tired of talking about it, but let's talk about it to kick off our podcast, right? What was January through March like for you? What do you remember that time frame?
I do, man. I think January through March was like, I guess what you could call the most normal in accordance to the old norm, right? It was still traveling, like still living like a more, uh adventurous lifestyle, So that was January through March, but then like once March hit, like I was like everything changed, yo. Because I remember
Yeah,
just
man.
March like being in Toronto, I was like, "Ha, lord, like who the fuck has COVID, right?" And then
Yeah.
and then I came back and like shit got serious, like things started shutting down. And yeah, man, I think that's like March is like that last moment where we thought, everybody was playing, but shit hit
Yeah.
the fan fast.
I forgot you were in Canada, man. Toronto to be exact. So what was it like hanging out with Drake? Now I'm playing. Um,
Why does everybody say that, dude?
I'm trying to get clout for the podcast, man. The title's gonna be Luis in Canada with Drake during COVID.
Lit,
Headlines,
dude.
headlines. Or Gallo, excuse me.
Hey, I see
Now,
what you did there. Headlines, bro.
I didn't even mean it for that, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh damn. No, but okay. So man, yeah, I forgot you were in Toronto, man. So kind of walk me through when you went to Toronto, right? When you're first there before all this started happening, and you're trying to enjoy your vacation. You're looking at museums, getting the scene there, and then all of a sudden COVID happens. Like, how was that transition in your trip? I'm sure when you went, it wasn't like you knew this was all gonna go down.
Well, like during that trip, I was still hanging out in like, places with large amounts of people, Um, and they were pretty good at, like going to a poetry jazz bar, like that was cool. And then I went to this other like there's like an Arabic jazz like event they had. And again, man, like both these are like, cultural like, melting pots. And to be in that moment, I was like, shit, like this is so cool, right? Like I'm really getting to like experience all of the world in a moment. And then I even thought in that moment, I was like, damn, it's like this might not happen if COVID gets worse. And it's
Yeah.
weird that I was like right that it's like that moment, like those moments, man, of like just sharing and just partaking in everybody's like existence. It's like they're gone for a bit, man.
Yeah, dude. The tribe, the civilization.
Right.
That's crazy that like we're like talking about the beginning of the year and you're talking about being at shows and being in a group of people at a club and just like thinking right now, fast forward to August, it's like, bro, we were with people at a club. Like it's just such a bizarre thing.
Yeah.
Um, man, for me, my memory is a little bit hazy. I think I just kind of like keep going in life and I forget like what I did when, but I do remember January. So January, I traveled a bit. I was in Amsterdam from December to January celebrating birthday and
What's
New
up?
Year's. And then right after I got back, like 2, 3 days later, I went to Chicago. Yeah, Chicago for work. And um in Chicago. And by the way, it was January, so it was like super early on. Like I'd heard the news that in China there was some things happening, but I was traveling, enjoying my vacation, and then I came back to work, so I wasn't really thinking much about it. In January, where I'm surrounded by people from all over the world, like it was this big, you know, convention, I guess, where people were flying into, and I got sick, and I didn't really think much of it, but I was getting sick like pretty bad. Um, every every day I would wake up feeling better, and then by the end of the day I would just be like super bad headache, cold sweats, just like not feeling well. And then so I would just go back to the hotel and just sleep it off, and then wake up in the next morning, do it all over again. Didn't think much of it. I came back home, was fine, and then I just like went back to work, did my normal life, and then here we are like 5 months later.
5 months later, man. Shit. A lot has transpired, man. And at the same time, so little.
Yeah, so little is a big statement, man. It's like a lot of time has passed. What what's crazy though? At the same time, so much has happened too.
Right.
Like
Yeah, it's
for
bugging.
everything being shut down, it's like, yo, this, what is going on?
I mean,
uh,
but I don't know, man. It's kind of exciting too, man. I know it's hurt a lot of people, but like just to like literally be living like a generation world changing event, man. Like I don't know, man. It's like, you know, just like for me, I was always saying like, shit, like I want to live that sort of moment, right? Like knowing that, yo, it's just gonna be in the history books. I'm gonna be talking about like, you know, with some young folks later on. It's just like, damn, like this is it. Like it's not a good
Yeah,
time right now, right? But it's like it's kind of like shit. Like the world's never gonna be the same after this, like ever, ever, ever
yeah.
again. You know, it's
So
like we're gonna be living with new shit, and that's exciting, man. 'Cause that's a metamorphosis, a forced one.
I like the optimistic thought because when I think about the future, it's just fear and doubt and anxiety, and I like hearing your perspective. It's like every time there's a huge struggle, you gotta have that dip. It's gonna be
Hmm.
kind of bad for a little bit, for a little while, for maybe a long while, and then you come back up. You adapt as human beings, and then you hopefully come out in a better situation. Maybe we got some gene adaptation. No, that's not even a word. Adaptation. Well, adaptation's a word, but I'm getting nervous now. I fucked up.
It's just
Oopsies.
evolution, man.
Nah, yeah. I mean, even evolution is not real. I mean, not evolution is real. Let me hold on. Internet's about to go crazy on me. Evolution is real. What I meant to say was like, even if we were to build a gene that was like fighting against COVID, like it ain't gonna happen in like the next 10 years. So I would just make.
Nah.
Anyways, I'm not a scientist, y'all. This is some dumb shit. Um, no, but yeah, I think it's good to have that positive thought that like, yeah, like 20 years from now, like we're gonna be good. A year from now, maybe not so much. That might be tough, but yeah, long term. Hey, good thing we're in our 20s, right?
That's true.
What
Yeah.
was your how was your perspective as not corona cough? How was your perspective different? Because like March is when US really shut down. March is when like Orange Man said, "Hey, shit's going down," and then
Right.
I think I don't know. I'm trying to remember back to how the climate felt throughout my environment, right? Like where I see the people the most. And I think for the most part, people were abiding by it. They were like, all right, things are going down. So let's like, hunker down and not like do dumb shit. Um, but then as you move forward, you start to see a split. You see a divide of people that want to be outside and not really, hey, government should control what we should do. And then the other side, like, yo, people are dying. Like, let's just kind of follow these rules. How was your personal transition, if there was one, throughout that process?
You know, I think it's one of those things where, like, in the beginning, like, I was like extremely strict about my quarantine. Like entirely, like, I hadn't seen anybody for like months type situation, right? But it's like as the day started waning, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, like I got a little more lax with it. Still taking all my precautions and stuff, but it just goes back to that thing you mentioned, man. It's like how do we find that space between safe and insane?
Yeah.
um and it's like I think that's really what it comes down to. Obviously some people, they just straight up like don't care, so it's like they're acting as if we're in the old normal. But it's like that's just not gonna happen, man. So it's like, I mean, for me, I'm always a person who kind of leads by myself by moderation. So it's like, I stay home as most of the time, but sometimes I do go, but I take out my precautions if I do go out.
Yeah, and like I guess when you say you're going out, and to the folks listening in, because I'm sure it's gonna be like people from all over that's gonna be listening to this. So we're in Texas, right? So laws here are a little bit different. Our government's a little different here. We don't really give a fuck. So when you say going out and taking those precautions, like, was there a particular event you remember kind of partaking in, that maybe you were like, I don't know if I should be here, but it's the risk I'm willing to take to have some sanity.
I think that usually came in like, when you were like in a group larger than like a few people, obviously not exceeding like 10 or anything like that, right? Or even if it was at 10, like not showing up. But it's like once it started getting a little more like concentrated, right? And it's kind of like you're like, like, I should brain check on this shit.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
this
so
is
it's
still
like,
private events. You didn't like you're not talking about like going to a bar or something or a
mm,
restaurant.
no, no, even like at a restaurant, like, it's like I don't go in big groups like ever. It's like,
Yeah.
maybe for the most part it's takeout, but it's like when I do go, it's like, like like one or two
Yeah.
people max. That's how I like keeping it. I just think it's better that way.
I'll pretend that it's because of COVID, but it's just because I got no friends.
I mean, it all depends, man. Like I'm saying, man, it's like it's at that point where it's like, I'm trying to stay within the CDC guidelines, even when partaking in society. But it's like, there's also a little bit of like, damn, like, should I even be do this at all? Should I just stay the fuck
Yeah.
home?
Yeah,
Um,
man.
but it's like, it's again going back to that thing is like, what's safe and sane,
Yeah.
especially because we live in the society we live in, this American like, behemoth. Maybe if we lived in a different like government style, like it'd be more manageable. But like out here, you need a little bit of
Yeah.
that person interaction.
Ah, well, okay. So at first, I thought you meant like, the size of the United States. It's really hard to kind of get everyone on the same page. Like places like Japan. I mean, other than the fact that their culture is just super disciplined, like even New Zealand, places like that. I thought you meant from a size perspective, but at the end, it kind of sounded like you meant like an American culture perspective. I don't know if I misunderstood.
Yeah, it's definitely a culture thing, man, because it's like let's look at China, man. Like it's because of the different like government style, a different like lifestyle within itself. It's like there's better measures to control like large amounts of population out here because I mean it's very nuanced.
Freedom.
That's a whole conversation of itself. It's like freedom is within itself a
You meant
complex topic to talk about. But it's like because of the perception of freedom that we have here, I think that'd be the best way to put it. I think that allows people to be quite rebellious in ignorant manners a lot of the times, and also
Mhm.
for us to like be in the situation we're in where like cases just keep climbing up,
Yeah.
because of that.
I feel you, man. And yeah, I guess there is a privilege here that we deserve, or we feel that we deserve the right to freedom, which I think we do. Do we have it? I don't know. But it depends on the color of your skin.
For sure.
um,
And the income.
yeah, and the income. No, that's a very important point because yeah, money goes a long way.
Mhm.
Like personally for me, I think the things is kind of a segue, but the thing that was keeping me indoors, because like just like you, like I was mad strict, man. I was actually washing my hands in March. Like how men are, dude. Go to the bathroom, don't really.
Damn. Okay.
But you just like it's
I
like
know,
that.
dude.
There's some comedian that made a joke. It's like I don't know who it was. It might have actually been a girl comedian too. She was like, "You'll turn on the faucet just to pretend like you're washing your hand, but you're just like airing it out. Like you're not even like washing. Like the faucet's already on, the soap is right there. Just but no,
That's
but
funny.
when it all went down, I was like, all right, like I'm not trying to die. But then as
Right.
like the data came out, I was like, oh no, like I'm good. I hope, but I have old parents. Like
Right, right.
I can't risk them, and I want to see my
Mhm.
parents every week while I have the luxury to do so. Because we're in the same place, at least like state city wise. Um, and even up until now, like I think because I see my parents very often, I don't want to like risk it. But
Mhm.
as it's been like 5 months since March, maybe almost six, I have started to just kind of been like, screw this. Like I'm getting sick of this. Like it's
Mhm.
like, well, is this a life I want to live kind of thing? Even though like it's a small portion of my long life, knock on wood. Um, so when that happened, I started to accept risk. So like, anything related to music. If I'm
Mhm.
shooting a music video, if I'm recording, if I'm meeting new artists, whatever that is, as long as it's like done in a smart way. In a smart way, I mean like I only had 1 to 2 people over max, no, but no more than that. I would just start doing that. I was like, I'm willing to take that risk and do that. And then you were, I think, actually the first person that I hung out with that was not music related. As
Mhm.
like, this is just for fun. Like, as I just haven't seen this dude. You haven't seen me. Like, well, obviously, because if I saw you, you didn't see me, that'd be creepy. Um, I got cameras on you, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were the first person that kind of broke my cherry. You know what I mean? Pop my cherry.
Not for sure.
That could be so
Yeah.
taken out of context, man.
I
Uh,
mean, you know,
this podcast is actually like a way for me to start my stand-up routine. Even the stand-up's
word.
kind of dead right now.
Yeah, it is, but there's still a lot of content on like Comedy Central, man. I honestly,
It's like old stuff, right? Though it's
yeah,
not
but
like
it's
new
still
stuff.
it's still gold, bro.
Still gold. Well, before we, because that was kind of a good segue to comedy. But before we do that, like, is there anything else you want to touch on as far as Corona goes? I think okay, so we talked about how we felt early on. how it kind of transitioned, how we both started getting a little bit loose with the rules. But like just looking at current state in Texas, how we're handling it, and looking at how it's being handled in other places. And by the way, I don't know if you've done research. I don't know shit. I'm not reading up on things. Like I'm not reading up on things for 5 months. Like my brain doesn't need to know it at this point. Whatever.
I've looked into it loosely in a few countries. I know even like Europe is starting to like have like
Yeah,
new
surges.
infections,
Yeah.
like Spain in particular, like a few of these countries, like people just they drop the ball. You were doing well from the beginning, and like anything, you drop the ball and then shit hits the fan again. I know Sweden in particular never instituted any sort of mandatory quarantine. They went for what do they call it, the group adaptation. I forgot the
The
specific term.
herd immunity.
Herd immunity, and then they're suffering heavily. They haven't had deaths like that since like I don't know, like in the last 100 years. So you can fact check me on that. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like New Zealand, like that's doing really well for itself. They really
I
borrowed in
heard New
correctly.
Zealand got spikes too, though,
Really, is it maybe
recently.
from tourists? Because it's like I know tourists
I don't
sometimes.
think I don't think they had I don't think they allowed anybody to come in. I think that
Mm.
was the crazy thing. They had zero cases. And again, fact check me. I don't shout out Joe Rogan. I don't have a Jamie to fact check me, but
Yeah,
we
we
need a
don't have a
Jamie.
Jamie. We need a Jamie
Yeah,
for real,
we need
dude.
a Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I think the crazy thing about New Zealand was that they did their thing, zero cases, didn't allow anybody to come in because it's like the safe haven. And then all of a sudden, like I think it was like 4 cases, and I think it may have been, or I don't know if it's four. I'm not gonna say a number like that. It was a small amount of cases, maybe under 2 digits, and it was within one family group. So
Mm,
it was kind of bizarre, and
that's
I don't know.
interesting.
Not that I don't know. Again, I don't know how much of all that kind of matters. I don't know how much all that is true. Like for
I, I,
example, it's
I,
not like we're
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna, last thing I was gonna say was like it's
Yeah.
first of all, it's not like we're testing every single citizen in each country, so
Right,
we
right,
really don't even know how many cases there really are.
right. And then on top of that, I also heard like Wuhan, where like it was all supposed to like
Yeah,
originate from. Like they're essentially like going back to normal.
yeah, it's
Like it's
crazy.
it's like they're going back to like festivals and music, and you're like, damn, like, dude, that's why I said the whole thing about like is the way in which we carry our freedom here, man. It's like there's a certain things that we're not gonna get rid of, so like we're not gonna get back to normal as fast as some other people. It's sort of a that becomes nuance, right? But yeah, so yeah, Wuhan is like holy shit, like you're really getting back to like like the shit that I want to be doing, bro. Like I miss raves, it's like well,
Yeah.
Wuhan out here raging, and it's just like fuck.
When you said CDC, I thought EDC, and I was like, you follow EDC guidelines? Like,
No, no,
are they
no,
are they
no, no,
spitting
no. There's
guidelines?
no guidelines at EDC, bro.
Shout out your mom.
Hey man, chill, bro. She already knows about it.
Hey,
Again,
shout
that's
out
another
Jose.
talk. That's another talk, bro. That's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
talk.
yeah. Well, okay. Last thing then on the subject of 2020 and Corona. I guess I don't know. Like, how do you think they're handling the situation? Maybe specifically here in Texas. And like, do you like, is there a better way, or do you think people are just doing the best that they can? And when I say people, I mean government as well as citizens.
I think there is definitely a better way, man. But again, going back to, I think this is a cultural problem, dude. It's like as long as people perceive the world the way they do, they're not gonna be willing to give anything up. It's like we're a country in a state of very like selfish ideals. So it's like how do you expect them to like give a shit about the essential worker that like is like doesn't have health insurance. So it's like
Yeah.
so it comes down to that. It's like we have a lot of freedoms, but at the same time we have a lot of discrepancy, which is a very odd thing to experience.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dang. You know what I realized is like when I think like as I ask these questions, I'm thinking of my answer, and then like I realize your answer is like in a whole different like the fact that you're thinking about the people without health insurance. I'm more just thinking like should they have closed it down and kept it closed down? Should they have just left it open? Man, I
Well,
think
see
there's
that,
so
that
much politics into this thing of the decisions being made to do things.
yeah, it's just a mix, man, because it's like you want to reopen the market, and then obviously like the market comes down to the pillars, which are like people like the essential workers, but then you also have the consumer, and the
Yeah,
consumer a lot of the time is the one that drives the whole thing. So You know, it's like other people suffer, and because you interact with the consumer and the worker, you know, people get infected back and forth. So it's kind of like a vicious cycle, honestly.
Yeah, man. Good thing we got jobs.
I mean, good thing we have like specific jobs, man, because it's like, you know, it's
Yeah,
like the fact to have like good fucking health insurance, man. Like, yeah, it's like even it is the admitting of like, damn, that it's like where that income comes in. It's like shit. The fact that I have a specific ballpark means that like even if shit were to hit the fan, like I'm good, and not everyone can say that, and that needs to be acknowledged.
yeah, man. I don't know, man. Is there any other areas you want to explore this?
Mm, I mean, not really, man. It's I think anything beyond that is like, well, we don't really know where the fuck this is gonna go, you know?
Yeah,
It's like there's a lot of you know, just like how's it gonna affect the I mean, we already see how it's affecting the global market, right? It's shifting, you know, like geopolitics, you know, it's acting in ways that like, you know, if you don't catch it in the moment, like you're just not going to catch it. But it's like we're gonna emerge from this in a very different world, and I think people need to really be ready for that whole thing, not just
yeah.
in like how local things work. You know what I'm saying? Not just like your region or like the politics that apply to like your domestic stage. It's like this thing is gonna be international, and it's gonna be big, man. And what
Oh,
happens years
it
from
it
now here?
is.
Yeah, like it all started here, man. Like it's like it all started here, and so it's like if you see world power shifting or like a multipolar like market, like it started here.
That's a super interesting idea. World power shifting. I think that's something that like that's scary, especially when it comes to living in a place where we are in power, But it's like if anything's going to change that, it's an event like this,
Hmm.
how we handle a situation like this. And I don't know, man. Like I'm not a military strategist, I'm not an economist or anything like that, but it's like, you know, who's going to come out of this on top?
Right. That's the thing. I mean, it's scary to some people for sure, you know. But it's like how I kind of perceive it is like, hey, man, if you have, if like if we're already playing like educational privilege, like it's like look out for you. That's really it.
For 100%. That's my fucking mantra. I don't give a crap about anybody. Like
You know,
it's
it's
me and my family.
like
That's it.
concepts as nationalism and all that shit. They don't really mean shit, man. Like
Especially now.
look at the global shift. Like that's how you know it. That's what we like align yourself with winners, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but man, I'll take it even further, man. Screw the winners. I'm aligning myself to me. The winners don't have my back. The winners only have your
Oh,
back when you're winning.
well, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like when I'm saying align yourself to winners, I'm saying it's like, it's just like that concept. It's like you gotta be on the winning team to get benefits, right?
Yeah,
So it's kind of like that. And obviously this leads to a whole conversation about like countries and immigrate and then like immigrating, like being an expatriate, like all that shit.
yeah,
Um, but um, but yeah, man, I'm saying it's like, you know, look out for the world in the next like 10 to 20 years, man. Like it's like it's gonna be exciting, dude. Because again, like for me, it's like it's so exciting because like I love like analyzing my geopolitics, my like just international policy. Like holy shit, like it's happening, dude. Like it's like we're gonna go through like how like in anime panels they talk about how the world changed and like certain country became more powerful and shit. Like this is us, dude. We're living like Cold War era, like post World War II like things, dude. And it's like holy shit,
yeah.
like
It's
it's
kind of exciting.
it's like the world's I don't know, man. It's like it's limitless to me, man. It's like where am I gonna be in like 20 years, man? Like it's like I think that's so cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah, I think it's good, and I think it should be kind of ingrained in our brain that like we should see this as an opportunity and not like a doom.
right,
Like through all negativity, through all like hardship comes people who will take advantage of it. It could be in a positive or negative way, but you can take advantage of the situation and really make something for yourself. Um,
right. It's like you need to know how to use catalysts, and I mean, a lot of people are just afraid of change instead of like be surrendering to it.
yeah, man. Last question on this. After all this is over, like, is there anything that you hope that the people will learn from it, people and government, like, and how they conduct themselves?
At what level? City, state, country, international?
Say at a human level.
At a human level, man.
And the answer could be we don't learn shit because humans are stupid as fuck.
I don't know, man. It's like at a human level, Because at this man, I define human level as like it's very, based on culture. So it's like on a human level, man. I don't have the answer for that, man. I
Mm.
don't.
I
You?
think, yeah, I think. I mean, I don't have an answer. Not like yeah, like I got the answer. I got the
I'm
answer,
just
Sway.
okay.
But like, I can't speak for other countries because I'm not there. But like in America, I think the problem it's funny because like the foundation of America is like what is the doom of America as well. The
Yeah.
fact that you have such a melting pot of people and ideas and views, and they're all extremely opinionated. You know, so I would hope it doesn't look like it's going this way. I would hope that at least humans in America come out of this with more camaraderie, less
Mm.
he did that, she did that, this skin color did that, this skin color did that, this badge did that. Like I hope there's more camaraderie. You know, with that, let's segue to the next topic of Messi.
Messi
or
leaving Barcelona, dude.
or wants to leave
That's
Barcelona.
hurting people's feelings, bro. I'm just laughing at it.
You know, and like and in a way, right? There's a metaphor here. It's that like and again, okay, so like I'm wearing a Spain, shorts right now. I'm not gonna stand up because I didn't really wear pants because who needs to do that? But like, um, it's kind of political. It's not kind of, it is political. Like what's happening in Barcelona, especially Barcelona of all soccer teams. That's like a political team right there,
Right.
um, right? And then like I think if you could almost see like Messi being the citizen, Barcelona being the government, right? And then like Messi's not happy with the Barcelona government, and he's like, "Well, I'm the best citizen in the world. I'm gonna go find a better government to chill in," you know. Um, but that have you seen? Or actually, like, let me hear your initial thoughts on like when you saw this. What was your thoughts? Because you're a Madrid fan, or
Oh,
Madrista.
well, I mean, like, I keep very, like, it's like, even though, like, Barcelona is like the sworn enemy of Madrid, like, I'm very informed as to, like, the politics that happen in Barcelona. Um, this shit has been a long time coming, dude. It's like Bartomeu, dude, like, has not been handling the whole situation well at all, man. Like, this is a man who, like, I guess to a degree, like, he really cares more about, like, the t-shirts he's gonna sell more so than, like, the actual product of the club. And it's like Barcelona, it's like even though like when it comes to a Clásico, we hate each other. Like that's a
Yeah,
club that has more soul to it, man. It's like it has a culture. It has like La Masia in particular, right? It's like
yeah,
the youth always came to the first team, and it produced like gems. But nowadays, like La Masia is like not what it used to be. Everybody's leaving, so it's like, and that's been a long time coming. Like ever since the president that won the sextuple. Then you had Sandro Rosell. Then you had like Bartomeu come in, and each of them have like not been handling the club in the best way they could. So it's like, I think maybe Messi just kind of disillusioned with the team, with the how would I put it, with the bureaucracy on top of it all. And it's like I think that that's enough for a player to leave, and it's like it doesn't surprise me that he would want to go if he's not satisfied with someone who just wanted to keep him there to like continue like using him as a golden egg, a golden hen of the golden eggs type
yeah.
situation. So that's my stance on it. It's like again, I wasn't surprised at all. The only thing that really did surprise me in particular is that he was gonna go to like City or Inter or I forget who the other one was.
Why would City surprise you? I feel like that would be the least of a surprise.
Because it's like for me, it's like like Messi has always been the person that it's like he was just gonna leave back to Argentina, like back to like
Mm.
where he's
But
from.
like no one in Argentina can afford his clause.
They can't afford him, but it's like I always saw it as like a retirement. It's like I guess for me
Mm.
that the thing that surprised me was that it was kind of like premature of sorts. But it's like considering like the buyout clause and stuff, then yeah, I do see why City would be at the helm. But it's like as Messi as a player, as like I always saw him just Barcelona and going back to I forgot the name of the club, but yeah, his native Argentinian club, like where he started off as a kid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even going that back, I mean, that was like he was a kid because he moved to
Right.
Barcelona early.
Yeah.
No, but you mentioning like, dude, actually, like, I guess like when you're the world's best player, like, what should be your buyout clause? But damn, what's it like 800 million or under that? But it's like high 700 million
It's like
for
700
his,
million something. Yeah.
like, bruh, what club is about to dish out almost $1 billion for a player, man? Like, how much oil money you got, son?
I mean, that's a lot of oil money and human rights trampling right there, sir.
Bro, yo, man, FIFA, man. Look, I have become less and less of a soccer fan. Football. I don't hate on me, the rest of
Whatever,
the
man.
world.
It's just say football, bro. Like that's the correct term.
Nah, man, because and I'm not gonna get you call it what you like, but I think the thing is like, hey, man, I live in America. We call it soccer here. I'm gonna call it soccer because it's like
Call
native
it
to
what you
my
will.
tongue. If I'm in Spain, I'm not gonna be like that's soccer. I'm gonna call it football because I'm gonna respect the Spanish norms, right? Or in Europe or
That's
wherever.
fair.
Um, but aside from that, that's not even an important topic. I think that's like the stupidest argument ever. Soccer or football. The world's fucking dying. I don't give a shit what you call soccer.
That's
But
that's fair.
aside from that, yeah. So damn, I mean, like you gonna go broke. Any team that's gonna buy him, and his salary is 1 million a week. I was doing the math. I was like, all right, if this dude's making 1 million a week, there's 52 weeks in a year. Let's say he's making that much for the last 5 years because he's not going to get paid that from the beginning. I'm like, this dude's been making like hundreds of millions of dollars by now. I mean, that's not even surprising, but that's just his soccer contract. That's not his sponsorships, all the other things that he may be doing to make money. I'm
Yeah.
sure he has a team that's investing for him. I hope. Actually, he had the tax scandal. Oh no, that was Neymar. Or did he
E-
have it too?
Everybody in Spain has had a tax scandal, man. High key, like Neymar, Messi has had it. Ronaldo, that's why he left the
Yeah.
Juve.
Yeah, man. What do you think about his age? So you think he's 33, right? 33, and he's still like scoring mad goals. Like, how do you think his age will play a role?
I think Messi is very much like Ronaldo, man. Like that's not really gonna affect that much. It's like those motherfuckers are gonna start waiting in their 40s, bro. Like that's when they're
Damn, you
gonna
think
go.
so?
I mean, maybe like late 30s, probably.
Yeah, like
Um,
38.
yeah, like or like after 35, I think it's a dip from there. I think at that
Yeah.
age, Messi goes back to Argentina, Ronaldo ends up in the MLS type shit.
So speaking of MLS, so there's been. Have you seen the updates with the Man City offering a bid and all that with like the
Not at all.
clause
Oh
of
wait, for I don't know how
for
MLS
Messi?
deals with it, TBH.
So wait, I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Like I don't know how MLS comes into like City bidding for
Mm.
Messi.
So Man City's owners also have a connection to New York City FC.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
those two teams are connected.
Hmm.
So, and I haven't read the contract. My life is very busy. I don't have time to read gossip on the net. But from what I have seen, it sounds like Man City's looking to buy Messi, and there's something in the contract that kind of maybe forces him to join New York City FC at a certain time, like whether it's like 2 years later or whatever it may be.
Mm.
And that's from a business angle, that's a damn smart play, like from a Man City business or not the owners of Man City's business angle, because like and for MLS, that's a huge boost. Like having Messi come to MLS, dog. And if Ronaldo comes to MLS same time Messi does, like, maybe 3, 4 years in the future,
I mean
imagine the jersey sales, dog.
that's still true, but it's like that still doesn't improve the level of football.
It
Because it's
doesn't, but it grows the interest.
that's true. Okay, that's
It
fair.
grows
I
the
can see
money
that.
that's going in the pot. And
Right.
at the end of the
Maybe
day,
it
it's a business.
and then maybe it changes that whole bullshit of like pay for play that happens here. Even pay for coach. I learned that recently. I was like,
Oh, what's
this
that?
is
I don't know about this. What is that?
so it's like I mean it's sort of like the other side. It's like there are certain hurdles that even for you to coach, like you have to like lash out certain cash. Um, and I was just like, wow, man, like it's just like toxic as fuck throughout, man. Like it's like you can't even ensure like a good mentor to these young players. I was like, man, this system's pretty shit.
Wait, are you saying or you're saying the coach got to pay somebody to coach a team?
I don't know the exact semantics of it, but it's like you also have to like certain like licenses, certain things like you have to like be able to like purchase yourself to like be able to coach and stuff, which is kind of interesting.
Are you just talking about like the schools? Like you're talking about, yeah, I mean like when the coach has to go through like this like school process, almost like a college that like teaches them how to coach, and then you get like a license to coach.
I mean, I don't know the exact details, man. Honestly, I'm just gonna,
Yeah, no, no need,
like
no,
I'm gonna admit like it's like
just make stuff up.
no, like my knowledge is like very limited on that. But it's like if you already have like a toxic pay for play, like I see it as feasible.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a conjecture, honestly. TV.
I mean I heard Austin FC is making a move for Ronaldo and Messi. It's crazy.
Really, I mean, all these rumors, man. Like I heard Dynamo's trying to buy like like Messi and shit. The memes are dank though, high key.
Like if Houston Dynamo could buy Messi, homie, just buy 10 players, buy 10 players that you could buy Messi for, and make the best team in all of MLS for the next
Right,
10
right, no,
years.
but it's a joke, man. Like,
No,
ain't
I
nobody
know it's a
serious
joke,
about it, dude.
but people be making some dumb jokes like, no,
Well,
but
it's because people always like I don't know. People really based on like the hype, man. Like they don't think things through, man.
I don't even know how that connection happened though. Like
It's
I
just a
don't think Messi's looking at Texas and be like, "Ooh, Houston looks like a cool spot to
no,
chill
no.
in."
I
Like,
think like every team is like making memes about it, because it's like, oh, he's transferring. They're like they're like slapping their name into the bid, just like what if, you know what I'm saying? Like just stupid what if.
Aiken Soccer is about to make a jersey and shit.
Exactly, man. Just dumb, bro. Just dumb. Just dreaming, bro. For a day, we're just dreaming, dude.
Do you hope that Messi gets transferred this summer?
Do I hope? Not
Yeah, as in like,
necessarily.
would you want to see him move or would you want to see him stay?
I would like him to stay personally, man, because it's like I feel
Really?
like yeah, 'cause it's like La Liga's like losing a lot of great players, dude. Like it's like La Liga used to be the hub where everybody used to go, man. Some of the best football in the world was played there, man.
Yeah,
And
but
it's like
that was like early 2000s. That's a while ago.
not necessarily, man. Even like in the last like I guess like before Ronaldo left, like you're still playing some high level football, man. I mean,
I was I would say like
not
I would
every
say like
team,
when
but like
Gareth I would say like when Gareth Bale was coming, that's probably like the last time.
probably. But so if Messi leaves, it's like I see that as like shit. Like who's gonna come
Yeah.
out here now? Because like it's like people are gonna want to be competing with Messi, man. Like that within
Hmm.
itself is like a talisman.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I don't want him to go, man. Like I feel it's good to have a worthy opponent, and it's like I don't know who Barcelona is gonna be like after Messi leaves.
Mm. So I haven't been following La Liga. I mean, I barely even follow my own team because they lose every freaking game. Um, Go Gunners. Uh, how have Real Madrid been after Ronaldo left?
Um, Shaky, man. Honestly, it's like we don't have that goal scoring machine. Like we've gotten better as of late. Like we won the Liga, which was cool. But like we didn't do too well in the Champions League, dude.
Mm.
So it's like we definitely missing like that edge. Like a player to like it's like Madrid always kind of needs sometimes a player that has like that ego, that swagger, right? Or just someone who's just like a prolific goal scorer. And it's like at the moment, like Benzema's really good, but it's like he's Benzema's always the best when he also
As a
is able to like
support.
assist. You know what I'm saying? When he
Yeah.
kind of plays also like that, more like a that false nine attacking
Yep.
midfielder type thing. That's his best. I'd say it's like but right now it's like it's like there's no like nine. There's no like someone to like really take over like Ronaldo. So it's like we're just not scoring as many goals. But
Yeah.
it's like the team's well, but it's like it's missing an edge. That's all I would say, really.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, yeah, I would have to bring my brother in to talk about how Barcelona would be, if Messi left. I do hope that he doesn't go to Serie A though. I don't want to have Ronaldo and Messi in the same league, or I just don't want them in the Serie A. Like if they're out, I mean, this
Wait,
is a
wait, wait.
really bias.
So you don't want Messi in like Inter, I guess?
Yeah, or any Italian. I just I,
Why?
I just think well be I mean I guess it's a very biased. It's not little biased. It's a super biased thing. Like it's like it just doesn't feel right. It also didn't feel right when Ronaldo left. I was like to Juve
True.
like
That's true.
but I guess Ronaldo I get more because he was in United, he went to Real Madrid, he was in Portugal, like he's been around. But like Messi's always been in Spain, so I think going anywhere but Spain is just an odd feeling for us, for everybody I would assume. But I don't know. I would hope to. I think going to Man City, at least you have that similarity with Pep, so you get that like you feel a little bit more comfortable. Like it's like oh yeah, like I can see why he did that, but like I mean I
Right.
don't know. It's my thoughts are not rooted in any like science. It's just like anecdotal feelings.
I get you, man. But it's like seeing him in Man City would be like, it's like for me that's the culmination of like money won, bro.
True, but yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? It's kind of like shit, man. Like you literally like bought your whole ass team out here, dude. Like, and
I
and
will
now
say
you
though
won the
that
Champions League. You know what I'm saying?
I think that no team that doesn't have that money behind them is gonna get his signature. Like it's just not. I don't think so.
I get you, man.
So it's always gonna feel like that. It's gonna be like PSG or like I don't know. If Monaco's still doing how probably not, but
Not at all, man.
shit. Maybe goes to China, dude. Huang
Like a
FC,
lot
dog.
of play, baby. That's funny. Nah, shit. But I don't know, man. It's like I'm a bit of a romantic and everything, so it's like I don't like seeing like you in football. I just be like money, money, money.
It's
Spelled it
been
out. It's been
what's
episode
what's our
one of
what's this
To
even
Put It
called? Oh,
Bluntly, my man.
to put it bluntly. Um. All right. Later.
All right. Au revoir.